The circumstance that creates an event is there's this thing where we call divine connection, where we call just a coincidence. Coincidence of a thing is really something that doesn't, it's like a fantasy because there's no such thing as a coincidence. The purpose or you meeting or you being in a place, there's a purpose for you being there. Every part, like now, they say the creator is the divine being, the alpha and the omega. The omega who means he knows all. I don't know if I'm getting that term correctly, but that is supposed to be the term actually. The know all in science. You know, and he has known every part, whether it's the positive, the negative, or the one where you decide not to do nothing yourself. Every single part, every single detail, he is aware of it. Every single detail. If this happens, this is where you go. This is how your life will be. This is how your life will continue to go. This is how it will go. It will go. It will go. It will go. So, I'm just trying to say this to buttress because once because there are some times where we actually do negative things and it seems to downplay, begin to open our mind to self doubt, self whatever, and that's where the devil actually finds an opportunity. He sees an opening and sees an opportunity to torment that opening. But the reality is this: the circumstance is actually supposed to happen due to, let's say, God actually having a plan for you, but due to the ignorance and the self criticism we have already indulged in, this event or that particular event seems to like be elongated. The devil tries to destroy us bit by bit by a particular incident that's supposed to, let's say it's supposed to happen just once. Let's say let's look at masturbation, pornography, whatever, stealing, whatever bad attitude out there. Let's say it's supposed to happen just once, but due to the fact that as it happened, you are already creating a hole in your heart or in your mind. Let me put it that way, whereby you start judging yourself, being the judge or the ruler, start declaring self-righteousness, and you'll be like, well, I did a very wrong thing, why did I do it? That little opening, the devil sees it and begins to elevate that period. Well, when in matter of fact, in retrospect, it's supposed to happen like maybe it's a part amongst the numerous pathways that have been seen by God to happen, but as per what you just did now, the self-criticism you just gave to yourself, that circumstance seems to be elongated than the usual period of time it's supposed to happen, and thereby you lose time, you lose opportunity, you lose purpose, you lose destiny. Let me say, for that limited time, doing the self-criticism of it. If you just let go of the past, let the past die as the past, let the past stay as the past, let the past dwell in the past, and the present itself will begin to create the future. Don't dwell on the past. Do not stick so long to the past, because that is a negative thing. It begins to ponder into the mind, create some psychological creates many psychological things that begin to torment you day by day. And if a thought dwells too long in the mind, it becomes inclined into the subconscious, and that has no conscious mind of its own. The subconscious has no mind of its own. It just does the action of what is being told. That's just how it is. If you have indulged yourself in stealing, let me use that one as a case study. Let's say you don't want to steal, but you indulge yourself in stealing, but it's something that's supposed to be a one-time thing, and due to the self-criticism you're giving yourself, why did I do this, why did I do it, that's the opening. This is just an illustration for you to understand what I mean. That is the opening that the devil sees, and before you know it, you steal again, you criticize yourself again, you steal again, you criticize yourself again. Before you know it, it becomes an habit, and once it has become a pattern, it is inclined and induced into the subconscious, and before you know it, you start stealing for no reason. The thing also goes with lying. Once you you, because that is actually the most common negative attitude in all human. There are various things that we just lie about, and you do like that wasn't supposed to lie. It wasn't supposed to happen. There was no reason to. I mean, there was literally no reason to. But as per the lying habit, the lying attitude has already become an habit, rather. As it has become an habit, it has already been inclined and induced into the subconscious. Before you know it, becomes a normality. Lying now is now a very normal thing to do. It is something you cannot live without doing. It is something you eat and dine with. It is something you can't literally live. A day is too long. You can't literally live an hour without at least lying. And lying doesn't actually mean untrust. It can be lying to yourself. It can be lying to that's why I said you can't live an hour, because you are lying to yourself. You are doing it. These are habits. These are habits. Lying just, you don't have to just be word utterances. It cannot just be just word utterances. It might be as let's say behavior or whatever. You're supposed to be doing this, but you're not doing this. You're lying to yourself. Blah 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 blah. I believe you all are understanding my point. So that is just how it is. Once there's self-criticism and it persists for too long, it becomes a behavioral attitude, becomes an habit. And once it becomes an habit, that means it has been induced into the subconscious, and that doesn't have a mind of its own. It's just a reactor to whatever has been induced into it. And before you know it, that self-criticism begins to go. The attitude that it felt that it was just a one-time thing now is now becoming a normality. And once it becomes a normal thing, a normality, that is really the negative part, because your self-esteem or your self belief will just decline. It will decline fast, like pop. That is just how it is. So with this in mind, you need to really work on how you criticize or how you adore yourself, because self adoration, although they say this thing about pride, it induces pride, but it depends on the limit or whatever you are indulging yourself in, or what you are doing yourself about. I don't really believe it's just the negative side that many people seem to dwell on, but that is actually the counter of self criticism, self adoration, where you adore yourself. You did good, you did this, you did this, you did too good. And once you begin to live on with that attitude, that's really, okay, I didn't lie today, that's cute, that's beautiful. Even if days where you lie, it doesn't, I've been doing it for so long, that means I can still do it again the next day. That's easy. That's shit. That's adoration, actually. Once that habit, once that attitude enters or is being inclined into this unconscious, it becomes an habit, and it chases, it rolls out self-criticism. That will be all for today. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.